After 3 long years, we're about to see the much-awaited sequel from James Cameron's epic sci-fi feature Avatar. And from the looks of it, many are sharing their Avatar 2 box office predictions. So, are new records coming in? Find out all about this and more in today's video, so keep watching if you don't want to miss out on the latest. Avatar: Way of the Water is about to hit theaters this December, but how promising is the new film? This winter marks the official release of the eagerly anticipated Avatar: The Way of Water. On December 16, 2022, the international phenomenon's sequel is anticipated to hit theaters, and Avatar 2's box office forecasting looks ideal to do 6 months before the film's release. Will it be as popular as the first film? A month ago, 20th Century Studios unveiled the first teaser trailer for Avatar 2. Since the original movie's premiere 13 years ago, users have returned to Pandora. Will the scenery be as spectacular as it was in 2009 on this trip? What are the chances that director James Cameron will cross the same river twice? What are the chances that the movie would top all other films in terms of global box office revenue in China? In a nutshell, here's what we know about Avatar: The Way of the Water. The follow-up to James Cameron's Avatar and the second installment in the future franchise will be titled Avatar 2. After its 2009 publication, the first installment became a global sensation. In case you've forgotten, the first film is about paraplegic human Jake Sully, who falls in love with female Navi Neytiri, a towering blue-skinned native of the planet Pandora. Sully, who originally came to the planet to gather its minerals, eventually sides with the Navi and aids in defending Pandora from human aggression. He does this by using an avatar, a hybrid that Sully controls and which has the same appearance as a Navi. Because the emphasis of the future film will be on the underwater adventures of the Sully family, the sequel's subtitle is The Way of Water. More of Pandora's flora, animals, and various tribes that inhabit the planet will be revealed to the audience. The kids of Jake and Neytiri will also make their debut appearance, along with Kate Winslet and Vin Diesel as new cast members. Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Stephen Lang, and Sigourney Weaver are back in their previous roles. Originally slated to debut in 2014, the franchise was later expanded to 5 movies, and this movie is frequently referred to as the longest-awaited sequel in history. As a result, Cameron found it challenging to work on all sequels at once, and he postponed the premiere. And looking at it a few months before its release, so far the box office predictions look promising. One of the most talked about movies at the time was the original Avatar. Despite having a $237 million budget, the film ended up being the highest-grossing film of all time, after earning $2.847 billion worldwide, including a re-release in China. In addition, the film set numerous milestones for the business in general and the box office. It debuted in 3D, making it the primary movie trend for the following few years. Will the follow-up succeed in doing something similar? Avatar 2 box office predictions are a hot topic on forums, but we can't yet assess their impact. What is the Way of Water's potential revenue? Chinese online sportsbooks are confident about the film's box office performance. The movie is expected to make at least $225 million in its first week alone. Avatar's same-period revenue in 2009 was $242 million, and like its predecessor, the sequel is very expected to earn more than $2 billion at the box office. So is there a chance this sequel could break new records? The answer to this question is difficult. The first movie introduced new terms in cinematography and became a cultural sensation. It makes sense why everyone wanted to see it on a large screen. After 13 years, it is now harder to amuse people with images in 3D. In addition, more and more films are becoming accessible through streaming services, so there is no longer a need to rush to the theater like there was in the 2000s. But since James Cameron is the master of sequels, it would be premature to dismiss his film. The Way of Water is probably not going to become the highest-grossing film ever, but it is very likely to set several records this winter. Millions are eagerly anticipating what the director has been working on for 13 years, as we have already revealed. The box office forecasts for Avatar 2 look promising at 1x bet as well, so perhaps the same filmmaker will deliver the sequel that ranks second only to Terminator 2 Judgment Day in terms of quality. But even though a lot of online betting sites are more on the optimistic side of things, James Cameron has realistic expectations that the movie won't break any records. James Cameron was frank in his remarks to Empire on the likelihood of an Avatar sequel arriving around 2022. That is to say, he is aware of how the market has changed and is not aiming to surpass the original's record-breaking success. Cameron noted the success of the original was a wide range of audiences. Avatar played 8 to 80, but he questioned, at that scale, does the audience even still exist? In terms of hopes for the impending Avatar: The Way of Water sequel, Cameron is realistic about the possibility that they may not not materialize. If we did 20% or 30% less because the market simply doesn't exist anymore, that would be bad, he professed. Cameron doesn't think the trolls, regardless of the financial consequence, will have a significant impact. And when he refers to trolls, he is referring to the critics who are always complaining that the sequels are coming 10 years too late and that fans have forgotten how much they adored Avatar. The duration of Way of Water, which is predicted to be around 3 hours, is another issue about which he is not concerned. When Avengers Endgame was published in 2019, there was a lot of talk regarding the length and whether it would have a detrimental impact on the audience's enthusiasm. That's nonsense, in Cameron's opinion, and audience members shouldn't be worried about going potty. He commented that since many people sit and binge watch television for 8 hours, he doesn't want anyone to complain about duration. Cameron even admitted to the magazine that he can almost certainly write the passage describing the film as an agonizingly long 3-hour movie. So at least we know James Cameron has pretty realistic expectations for the movie. On a different note, Forbes also thinks that Avatar could top $3 billion with its re-release and Christmas double features. If cinemas show Avatar and its sequel as double features for Christmas, the 2009 film might become the first to gross over $3 billion, which would be another big story at year's end. Avatar's current 2-week restricted re-release expects to increase the movie's lifetime total towards $2.9 billion in global receipts thanks to 4K remastering and 3D boosting demand and ticket prices. Despite having 1,980 domestic screens, or roughly half or fewer of a visual blockbuster release, it nevertheless managed to be the top movie over the weekend, so even though it qualifies as a wide release. Avatar: The Way of Water will largely have the holiday box office to itself when it opens in theaters on December 16 in terms of big blockbuster competition, though there are undoubtedly a few other moves that are likely to perform particularly well. However, none of them will reach the multi-billion-dollar level of James Cameron's sequel if there are no outsized circumstances that substantially interrupt movie-going over the holidays. Forbes predicts it will perform at least north of $1.5 billion, and more likely a performance above $2 billion. Another Avatar re-release during Christmas, particularly if it's in 4K, 3D, and contains more of the deleted scenes for an extended theatrical edition, has a very good chance of being well-liked as a double feature throughout the holiday and into the new year. In that case, it wouldn't take much for James Cameron to reach the $3 billion mark for his pioneering first Avatar movie. This is especially true if The Way of Water lives up to expectations and is as good and well-liked by audiences as everything we've seen so far about it, the first movie itself, and pretty much everything else Cameron has produced so far. If the sequel lives up to expectations, it might earn well over $2 billion, even without the 3D. The VFX alone seems to be another big step forward that will change what we anticipate for movies. Expect repeated multiplex visits by vast numbers of viewers from all around the world if this is in fact another standard setter, as well as fresh enthusiasm to seeing the original movie again. Because of this, a double feature that also includes the remastered original is both more alluring and more lucrative. Remember that we have 3 more sequels coming out over the following 6 years, one every other year through Christmas of 2028, even if the original Avatar doesn't make $3 billion this time around. That gives the 2009 movie 3 more chances to be seen again, as well as undoubtedly re-releases of each additional sequel, allowing the entire franchise to double and triple dip to increase their individual and combined box office receipts. With that, we're wrapping up today's video about Avatar 2. Are you excited to see the film? Let us know in the comment section below. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.